So how do you ring an estate agent and what do you say to them? In today's episode, we're going to find out exactly that. So last week's episode, we looked at how you find deals on Rightmove and Zoopla, and I showed you some of the tricks that I personally use to find good deals. So on today's episode, I want to ring the agent. I want to know about these deals before I decide whether to book a viewing, and if it's a deal's a deal. So I've printed out two properties that we looked at last week. So this is the first one, and this was a property on Goldsborough Road that I printed out. And it's a bit funny brochure, but there's a brochure for it. And it's on with Your Move estate agents. So there's the first brochure. And the second brochure we're going to look at is this property in Glamis Road in Intake. Both these properties are currently on the market and they're both in Doncaster. So I want to show you how I ring the agents. So when I call an estate agent, I am calling to get the most amount of information I can for these properties. So I want to know exactly why they're selling, are they empty, and I want to clarify whether I can get a discount before I actually go and view. Now, this one, we've sort of done some rough numbers for it. So it's on for 120. I reckon the market value is probably 135 to 145. So I want to be really cheeky to see if I can get it below 110,000. This property is just 2 streets around the corner. It's up for 109,950, and I have a feeling it's got a bit of work to do. So I'm going to be asking whether they'll accept any offers around 95,000 for this one. So when I ring, I'm going to ring each of the agents just to show you how a typical phone call goes and tell you what I ask. Now, the important things to remember when you're ringing an estate agent: number one, they are salespeople. They want to sell the property to you. So don't be afraid to ask the questions that you need to know. They're really, in effect, there to answer and provide you with the most information because they want you to view the property, they want you to buy. The second thing is don't be afraid to ask about price. I always ask about price when I ring the agent because I want to know, can I get a discount before I even step up? Is it worth my time and effort going to view if they're not willing to negotiate? The third thing I'm finding out is I'm clarifying what rentals I'll get in the area if I put it on as a buy-to-let property, and the agents are quite good and they'll normally come back to you. Now, the best time to ring an estate agent is on a Monday afternoon. So I run Diamond Estates estate agency in Doncaster. So me and my team meet on a Monday morning and we're talking about what's happened over the weekend. We're talking about what properties we've still got for sale. We're talking about the viewings that have happened. We're setting targets for what we want sold by the end of the week. So Monday afternoon, we're pumped, we're ready, we want offers coming in, so we're more likely to work with you. Another good time of the week is Wednesday afternoons. Wednesday afternoon, it's midweek, we're sort of thereabouts, we're not sure if we're going to meet our target, so that's another good time to hit agents. Agents don't typically respond very well on a Friday afternoon, like most people. They seem to clock off, and probably Saturdays aren't good to ring agents either because you're going to get less staff left in the agents. So Monday afternoon and Wednesday afternoon. So let's go. First of all, make sure you know your property, you know the address, because they're going to be asking you for that. So I'm just going to get my property address up here, just because for some reason it's not on the brochure. Now, this estate agent is Your Move estate agent. Now, that Your Move's quite a big corporate estate agent. It's franchised, so it's good that I know this information. It's not a Purple Bricks, so Your Move are actually situated in Doncaster. The branch is in Doncaster, so they'll know the area when I'm talking to them. I think it's important that you differentiate between high street agents and online agents. There's benefits, there's pros and cons with each of them, but you just need to know who you're talking to. So let's give Your Move Doncaster a ring and see what they will tell us about this property. So it's currently on the market for 120,000 and we want it for less than 110,000. So let's see what they say. Now, this property has been on the market for a while. It's been reduced from 150,000 and it's been reduced nearly every month, so they want to sell this. So let's see what we get from them.
Your Move Sales and Lettings, Lucy speaking. How may I help?
Hi Lucy, I've seen a property that you've got up for sale that I'm interested in.
Okay. Which one?
It's the property you've got up on Goldsborough Road in Townmoor.
Okay. can I help with it?
What I was wondering is it currently empty?
I'll just have a look at it for you.
And is it part of a chain? I was just wondering.
Right, vacant property with no onward chain.
Fabulous. Do you know, because I buy property to tenant, I'm a property investor. Do you
Right.
do you know what kind of rental income it will get if I buy it and put a tenant in it?
I can ask our lettings team to take a look at it. Just bear with me.
Oh, thank you.
Hello there.
Hiya.
Our lettings team, they've said 550 to 650 depending on condition.
Oh, lovely, thank you. I'm interested in booking a viewing, but I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I'd only be looking to offer about 110,000.
Right, okay, well it's a corporate sale, this one, so I wouldn't be able to give you an idea of whether that would be acceptable to them. You would have to view the property, put the offer forward and wait await a response, I'm afraid. It's not a private sale.
No, that's fine. Has it been a repossession then, with it being a corporate sale?
We don't get that much information, unfortunately.
Okay.
Some aren't.
Yeah.
But we don't get to find out. Tuesday. Right, lovely, I've got that, great. Are you cash buyer then, Abby?
Yeah.
Okay, and we're booking that for Tuesday the 19th, 10 o'clock in the morning, alright?
That's perfect.
Do you want me to have a look, see if we've got anything else you might be interested in?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for around like 110,000, you know, properties that I can add value on, so.
Okay,
And they're for tenanted.
You're open to suggestion on area?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What I'll do is I'll send you over some other properties that immediately spring to mind. See if you're interested in looking at them as well.
Lovely, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, bye. So, what have we found out about that property? We have found out it's a corporate sale. Now, this is really interesting, and I very usually see this. We figured out on last week's episode by looking at Rightmove that this has been reduced every single month since July. They're reducing it, they want it sold. And when it's a corporate sale, they're not that they want the money for it, but they're not that interested. They will accept full cash offers on. So this, we could do a potentially quite a good deal with this one. The agent was lovely. She was helping me, wasn't she? She told me the rent, so I got clarified the rent you could get. And she also took my details to send me anything else, and that's the kind of relationship you want. So I think don't be afraid of ringing agents, have a chat with them and be lovely and friendly over the phone. I can't wait to view this one next week. Now, property number 2 is on with the Property Hive in Doncaster. These are an independent agent, so it's owned by one person, it's not a franchise, which is good to know. And they've got a 3-bed semi-detached house here on for 109. Now remember, I want to get this one for about 95,000. So let's give these a call and see if they want to answer.
Good morning, Property Hive, Ben speaking. How can I help?
Hiya, I've seen a property that you've got up for sale. It's in Glamis Road in Intake.
Okay, let me just get these details registered for you. Have you previously called before?
I might have done.
Oh, let me have a look for you. What's your name, please?
It's Abby, A-B-I.
Lovely, thank you. So, is it, have you got a property on Ashton Drive?
I have.
Fantastic, lovely, so we've already got you. So let me just get this loaded up. And if you could just tell me, just to make sure everything's up to date, what's your current position at the moment, please?
I'm a property investor, so I buy property.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I can buy.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not waiting on any sale or anything.
Right, if you just give me 2 seconds, if that's alright. My computer's just having a bit of a go slow.
That's good, because agents don't usually get your contact details, and sometimes they'll just give you information, but the right best practice way to do it is to always get the person's contact details before you give out any information, so he's done a good job there.
Hello, sorry about that.
Hiya, no worries.
Hello, that one is still available. I can definitely get you booked in. Have you got any sort of specific days that you're free?
Yeah, what I wanted to check with this one is it currently empty, or is the owner still in it?
Yeah, it's empty, this one, at the moment.
Oh, so it could be quite a fast sale.
Yeah.
Lovely. And if I was going to buy it to rent out, do you know what kind of rental demands I'll get?
To be honest with you, I couldn't exactly say. I can let me ask my colleague, see if
Oh, thank you.
Sorry about that. Yeah. What I'll have to do is I'll have to come back to you on that one, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's.
I'll remember your number and give you a call back.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The other thing is, I don't know if it's worth me viewing because I've done my figures and I'm probably going to look at offering about 96,000. Would it still be worth me viewing, do you think? Because I don't want to waste your time, you see.
To be fully honest, they have received offers above that from other people that have been declined, to be fully honest with you. So obviously, if you were wanting to put a bit more of a bigger offer forwards, then definitely. But if that's the sort of maximum you're willing to do, then I'd just say leave it. But I can always tag your name in, and obviously if it stays on the market or anything like that for a substantial amount of time, we can give you a call and let you know if that's something you're all right with.
Yeah, that'd be good. The other thing is, in a done-up condition, what do you think it would be worth?
Oh, again, I'd have to check with my colleagues. To be honest, I don't really sort of do that side of it. But no, that's another thing I can definitely find out and let you know.
Yeah, if you could find out on that and the rent for me and come back to me, that would be cracking.
Yeah, of course, I'll find out and give you a call as soon as I know.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for your time.
No worries. Cheers, Abby.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Wasn't he lovely? So sometimes you'll get that, they won't say. So what have I found out with this property? I've not found out the rent yet or what they think the done-up value's worth. What I have found out is it's empty, which means it's costing somebody for it to be empty and somebody's paying council tax. I've also found out that they've had higher offers than mine that they've rejected, but obviously not quite at what the price they want. But it has been reduced, which is interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for them to come back to me on the rental income I could get and the done-up value, and then I'll book a viewing and I'll find out some more. But that's the type of thing you want to be finding out before you set foot and view a property. What I do, because my time's like yours, is very precious. So I've got children, I work all the time, so I only have snippets to work on my own property portfolio. So when I do, I want to make sure I'm going out to see the best deals and I'm doing my research. What I don't want to do is have a day off work where I'm booking back to back, seeing properties that are never going to make financial sense. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. I have shown you how I talk to estate agents, how I clarify information and see if I can get a discount before I even view the property. And that's important that you do that to save your time. Next week, we're going to be looking at the numbers. How do we work out, how do we say it is a good deal or a bad deal before we view it? So stay tuned and tune in next week. And if you haven't already, subscribe. See you soon.